Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Southeast Media Sunrise, dedicated to giving a voice to authors of all genres. I'm your host, Jodi Hockinson. Joining us remotely by phone today is Georgia Woodbine, author of Total BS, that's Body and Soul. She is widely known as a change agent, author, lifestyle transformation coach, and is a dynamic and entertaining speaker. She has been focused in media outlets such as the Daily News, Huffington Post, Rolling Out Magazine, and Sirius Radio XM. She has created curriculum and lectured at the Learning Annex, one of the premier producers of seminars, lectures, classes, and workshops throughout North America. She is also known as one of the world's leading authorities in personal and professional development and has helped to motivate and inspire an entire generation. She has authored several books and lectured at numerous organizations, colleges, and universities. She has over 15 years of entrepreneurial business success, as well as an extensive marketing background working in the entertainment industry with Def Jam, PolyGram, WNYU Radio, WQHT-Hot 97, Black Enterprise Magazine, and the Apollo Theater. She has created and developed curriculum based on her book, How to Choose Your Career Path, Charting Your Success, at numerous school districts and colleges to help prepare students with employment tools and life skills. She has been a life coach for over 13 years and has trained and coached hundreds of people. Today we're talking about her book Total BS, Body and Soul, a revolutionary approach to improve your overall quality of life. Welcome, Georgia, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Jodi. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little about your book.
Well, it's so funny because when people hear total BS, they're like, is that total BS? So the BS stands for body and soul. I just thought that title would be so perfect because, really getting to a place of complete fulfillment is about aligning mind, body, and soul. So total BS is about finding one's true self. It's about peeling away all the preconceived notions that we have of who we think we are and removing those layers of self-doubt that really hold us back and prevent us from living in our highest potential. So when I wrote this book, it's really, every book that I've ever written is always about my personal journey. And my personal journey to living in my highest self and in my complete purpose, there was a lot of pain in that process. And that's what I really share in this book on how to live in your highest potential, how to live a healthy lifestyle. Because, when people think of living a healthy lifestyle, it's not just about eating the right foods and losing weight. It's also about your mental wellness. It's about how you feel on the inside. So I figured, let me just put this book together and put together my conception of what I feel fitness is and what is Get Fit for Life. So Get Fit for Life is basically an encompass of mind, body, and soul.
Can you share some tips on how we can get on the path to living a healthy lifestyle?
Absolutely. One of the things that I share is always about habits, right? Because habits are so easy to form, but so hard to break, And, building healthy habits is really what you need to get on that path to living a healthy lifestyle. You have to be willing to recommit yourself, even if you fall short. So not being too hard on yourself and saying, you know what, I'm going to start over. I'm going to try again. I'm going to, put my entire feeling and being into this project or whatever it is I'm trying to do that's going to make me feel better in the long run. So some of the techniques that I share is meditation, which is a big piece, on really quieting the mind. I think that's probably one of the hardest things for people to do because we're so inundated and overwhelmed with so much information all day long. So that's one of the things that I share is how to really quiet your mind and pull back from everything that's going on around you and learning how to, self-evaluate what it is that you want and how to get there. And another thing that I share is I talk about getting rest because a lot of us are functioning on so little sleep, and I don't know how we do it. But it's so important to get more rest because it does affect your well-being.
Give us some of your best kept secrets. How do you stay motivated and passionate about your work?
Well, I think that what really keeps me passionate is the fact that I figured out how to really apply self-discipline. Self-discipline is the key to success. And of course, one of the hardest things for people to achieve. So in Total BS, I wrote this book because I wanted to share my personal journey on empowering others and showing them how all things can be possible once you change your mindset. I think that people don't realize it, but there's have you ever heard of growth mindset and a fixed mindset? So a lot of times we function off either having a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. So a growth mindset would be, you know what, I'm going to try and do this. It looks hard, but I'm going to try anyway. A fixed mindset is, you know what, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to fail. So a lot of times that little things that hold us back that we're not even aware of is how we're thinking. So mindset is what helps self-discipline. And that's one of the things that in my teaching, not only in my book, but in my master classes that I teach, my online classes, is how to get to a place where you can start to control your mindset.
How does a person get on the path to creating the life they love?
Well, there are so many steps. I'm not going to say they're all easy because it's not. It's really not. It's not. I would never sit here and say, you know what, it's an easy path to go on, because anytime you love doing something, it always seems like there are so many obstacles against you. And that's really why it's so important to understand the process of success and the process of finding your passion and your gifts and your talent to create the life that you love and to get paid for the things that you're good at, that you're talented with, and what your natural abilities are. So I really talk about the steps to understand that there are going to be some setbacks. There are going to be some obstacles. There's going to be some challenges. But once you understand your why, which is so important, where I share with people, know why you want what you want. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Because if you could come up with a mission statement, people hear mission statements for corporations, organizations, everywhere around the world, but it's so hard for people to say, you know what, let me create a mission statement for my life. Once you start to do that, now everything starts to make sense to you, because you're not like all over the place. You're not focusing on things that's not going to take you to your purpose or your passion or your higher calling. So it's really about figuring out what that mission is that you have for your life, or what is that thing that you want to accomplish. So I'll give an example. I have a mission statement, and this is something that I repeat daily. So I, Georgia Woodbine, am here to empower, motivate, and encourage 1 million plus people to find their passion and to live in their highest potential, to transform their life. So that means that everything that I do, everything that I'm attached to, everything that I spend my time doing has to be tied to this mission statement. So that's one of the things I talk about as well that will help you on the path to creating the life you love. Because some people say, you know what, I really want to do this, but you know what, I'm not getting paid enough money, and I need to keep my regular job because I'm just not going to make enough money doing this. Well, you have to figure out what's important to you. You may not make as much money doing what you're passionate about than what you're doing in a 9-to-5 job. So you have to figure out what's important to you. Is money important to you? Is your time important to you? Is your creativity important to you? So really figuring out and lasering on what is it that's most important to you in your life, and working around that. And that's how you really get to the path to creating the life you love.
What do you hope to achieve by sharing your personal story?
So many things. My goal is to really transform people's mindset. Changing minds to transform lives. I believe that, the best thing that anyone can do is really share and be transparent about their lifestyle. People see me and they see my success and they're like, wow, how did you do it? How did you get there? Listen, there was a lot of obstacles along the way. So my goal is to really share with other people and be transparent about my journey and the steps that I had to take and the sacrifices that I had to make. And, the time that I had to work on building self, learning how to love myself, appreciate myself, and stop comparing myself to other people and watching what other people are doing and the time frames that other people are on, and really just focusing on me and what is it that I need to learn. Like, sometimes things may not be working out in your business. You're like, maybe this is just a learning curve for me. Maybe there's something else I need to learn to grow my business. So it's really about me being transparent with people and saying, you know what, this is what it took for me to get on this path to success. And you know what? You can do it too. You have everything you need to be successful. And it all starts in your mindset. And once you make that decision and say, this is what I want, this is what I want to achieve, it's all about figuring out what action steps you're going to need to take to make it happen. So, that's really what I hope to achieve, that to show other people that, you know what, you can make it just like me. You know what I mean? I was a single mom. I struggled a lot. I had financial problems, and I was able to come out of all of that. But what really helped me come out of that rut of feeling down and sorry for myself and depressed and getting on a path to success was really changing my mindset and say, you know what? Well, I have the ability to do this. If you could do it, I could do it too. And that's the attitude that people have to have, instead of worrying about what other people are doing. So, you know what? If this person could do it, I know I can do it. So just really building people's, self-esteem, confidence, and showing them that they also have the ability to achieve their dreams and live in their passion and use their gifts. Every single one of us are born with gifts. They're different gifts. They're not all the same gifts, but we're all born with unique gifts. And that's really what I'm trying to show people, how to laser in on what your particular gift is and how to use that to share it with the world to make a difference.
So in your book, you talk about 7 habits to get fit for life. Can you talk about those?
Sure. So I think I talked about 2 of them already, but I'm going to go back again. So I would say the first one would be to set goals. Decide what you want to achieve and create a plan. What is your action plan? Eat healthy. Get into a habit of planning your meals ahead, because a lot of people don't realize, but the foods that you put into your body can affect the way you feel. Exercise more. The key to staying fit is to simply stay active. You have to stay active. Another key is meditation, which I talked about earlier, which helps you to stay calm in order to deal with your demands of everyday life. So silencing the mind, getting more rest, making sleep a priority, and really, really trying, people, to get 8 hours of sleep per night. Prioritizing your life, setting your priorities on your time based on what's important to you, which is really, really important. You have to learn the magic letters, N-O. Start saying those things that don't align with what it is that you want in your life, and as far as where you're trying to go and what's going to make you productive. And the last but not least is speaking positive affirmations, people, because that is a big one. Positive self-talk is what will motivate you to stay encouraged to attain your goals. So those are the 7 habits to get fit for life.
One thing I like about your book is that a lot of self-help books tell you what you can do, but they don't give you an example and the story of how the particular author went through it. And that's something I really like about your book. It tells me how you did it and what your process was. So I think that's really neat. Would you like to elaborate on that a little?
Yes, absolutely. My whole thing is, people will say, oh, you could be successful, but no one wants to share the secrets. No one wants to tell you the steps. So I think that really, when I go back to my passion and doing what I love and why I do what I do, is to really get people to move to the next level. So of course you're going to have to share real valid information with people and say, okay, this is how I did it. This is how I overcame this. This is how I succeeded. This is what I did to achieve my goals, to get people on that path, because just showing the end result and not showing the people how you got there is irrelevant. What people need is, how can I do that? That's what people want. How can I do that? So that's really what I, had hoped to achieve with that book, which is what I have been achieving, which is awesome.
Where can our audience get more information about you?
They can go to my website, which is www.georgiawoodbine.com. When they go to the website, they're going to be able to receive a free gift, a free guide, which is the 5 secrets to turn your passion into profits. And you guys don't want to miss out on that because I'm sharing all my secrets with all of you.
Fantastic.
They can go to the website to get that, www.georgiawoodbine.com.
What current projects are you working on, Georgia?
So many wonderful projects. Lately, I would say the master classes that I'm doing, my online classes, has been my main focus for the last few months. I would say probably the last 8 to 10 months. And because of such a demand of the course, I started doing webinars, and then I started getting a demand for the course. So that is something that people are really interested in. And one of my courses happened to be Create the Life You Love. I have a premium training which is available on my website. That's more of like a condensed version of my class, so they could purchase that, or they could actually take the master class where they will have me available to them as a coach to guide them personally and professionally on the goals that they're trying to achieve and hold them accountable and help them see results. So there's different classes that I have that they could actually go to my website and see. One of them is how to turn your passion into profits. Another one is how to write a book in 30 days or less. And then I have the Create the Life You Love. So there's a lot of different classes that are really targeted to people that are really trying to get on that path to living their best life.
Looks like that's all the time we have for today. Again, anyone interested in purchasing this book can log into semediapro.com or visit amazon.com. It's available in paperback, but if you visit georgiawoodbine.com, you'll get a free gift. And that was Georgia Woodbine, author of Total BS, Body and Soul. Thanks again for joining us today, Georgia.
Thank you so much for having me.
And listeners, if you're interested in getting your book published, please visit us at semediapro.com and click on the book publishing link. This is Jodi Hockinson, host of Southeast Media Sunrise, Southeast Media Productions. Like us on Facebook at Southeast Media Productions or visit our website at semediapro.com.